Pollinators are a super important part of our living system. Thank you so much for doing your bit. Today we're going to show you how to put your pollinator house together and also some tips and tricks to make it easier. So first of all, lay out your parts like this. And now pick up the side walls and connect them to your base. Now you'll know it's the right way around when this side is flush with this side. So you can use the tool provided, but it will be easier using a drill. So the first ones to put in are these ones in the base. Turning it over so you can get good access to these two holes, you can then use your tool to put your screw in. So if you're going to be using a drill, then you'll need to put this little piece right into the chuck of the drill. Most drills have a speed setting, usually 1 or 2. Let's start with the slower setting on number 1. And they also have what's called a torque setting. In this case, we're going to choose a torque setting that's about midway. Now, if you choose a high torque setting, it might bury the screw too far into the wood before it starts to slip. If you use a too low one, then the screw won't go in far enough. A tip to make it slightly easier to assemble is to not put these screws in all the way just yet. And now for the other side. Same process, 2 screws here and here. Next, add your gable, making sure it's the right way around. And screw it in from the sides. Then you can go ahead and screw the back on. Making sure you're pushing the parts together before adding your screws. Next, we're going to assemble the roof. Start by aligning your ridge cap nice and centered so you've got an even amount of space on the front and on the back, and it's central between the 2 sides. And fasten the ridge cap down, but not all the way just yet. Now it's time to fit your shingles to the roof. Now add your 2 shingle screws. Bearing in mind the Western Red Cedar wood is a bit softer than the Araucaria, and you might need a lower torque setting so you don't bury the screw too deep into the shingle. Making sure your shingle is tucked nicely under the ridge cap. Screw down your roof shingles. And finally, the ridge cap. And the 2 screws that you left loose in the beginning. And that completes our main build, and now it's time to get your paints out and have some fun painting your pollinator house. It is an upcycled product made from the offcuts of our flow hives, so you can expect blemishes, and we've included the sandpaper so you can do a bit of a touch-up. Once your paint's dry, go ahead and add your cozy pollinator homes. Saving some of the smaller ones to last to help really squeeze them in nice and tight. Next, let's take a look at how this mounts on the wall. First of all, use one of the standard screws in a hole lower down here. And what this does is just keep it in line when it's resting on the wall. Stopping when this is in line with your ridge cap. Saving the large screw for the wall mount. You can go ahead and use the keyhole in the back now to mount it on the wall. I've found they do like a cozy spot like this where they've got a little bit of shelter. However, you can go ahead and also mount it in your garden. Thanks so much for helping to provide homes for these unsung heroes of our world, and also for helping to raise funds for habitat regeneration and protection.